In the feature this week, we focus on a young photographer, Wilson Mwaniki, who after college didn't sit at home waiting for a white-collar job to come his way, but used his talent to start his own business and a successful career.
In a society that increasingly values white-collar jobs, talent-based professionals are few and far in between. Meet Wilson Mwaniki, a young, self-taught photographer who began with only loose change in his pockets, but with a vision in his heart.
I cleared high school in 2004, and it was right after my parents had separated. We had a bit of issues, not a bit of issues but a lot of issues in our family, and coming up with college fees was quite an issue. After high school, you know the motions you go through. You have all these dreams. I wanted to do IT because I was pretty good in computers in high school. I used to do coding, design work, and I had taken up a bit of computer studies with art, and funny enough, it inspired me now to begin a business right after high school in graphic and web design. But before the business, I had an entire year of soul searching, and it was depressing. I actually almost fell into a minor depression because all my friends left me, went into schools, started doing whatever they wanted to pursue, and I was left home.
Mwaniki's dream seemed bleak, but his passion and interest in photography persisted.
Every other time I was online, looking at photos, looking at cameras, I'd quietly ask God, when will you get me here? When will I ever hold my own camera and try and show the world what you really have put inside my heart? And I actually prayed a very silent prayer and told God, you know what, provide for me to buy a camera. I'll close down the graphic and web design business because honestly my heart was not into it. It was a day-by-day thing, just getting by, hand to mouth. Yeah, I needed something more challenging. I needed something more inspiring, and something that can actually also not only inspire me but also inspire others. Yeah, something that I could also use to give back. And that was when he brought on a certain client who gave me that amount to now put into buying the camera. And honestly, that was all I had. The 53,000 was all I went to a certain shop in town, purchased the camera, and got back home with the 50 bob I had in my pocket and began my dream. All I knew was, I now have the tool. What can I do with the tool?
Now armed with a reasonable camera, Mwaniki set out on a completely unknown path.
I'm a very radical guy. Once I make up my mind on something, I actually go for it. Risk is I never consider risk. So with my prior knowledge in graphic and web design, I registered for a business name, and which was Mwaniki Photography, and I also set aside money to register also for a web domain. So I sat down, designed my own website, designed my own stationery for my own business, business cards, photo profiles from previous photos that I had taken during that whole November period. So I actually went out looking for friends who would be willing to pose for me. I'd go around also at weddings and take my own shots. And with that, I developed a small portfolio which I could now start selling out on social media, which I really thank God for. Thing with photography, it's an art where you have to see the photo first in your mind before you can actually take it. So in my mind I could see the shots, but before I convinced someone I could take good photos of them, it took quite a while. So every once in a while I'd coerce someone, please let me take shots of you. I promise you they'll be good. My biggest client so far has been gospel artist Kambua, whom we did a shoot for her. Same pose.
As I clearly learned, photography is more than just a click here and a click there.
What it takes to become a photographer, you first need passion. Passion is what will drive you, because the challenges that in photography are quite many, and
Yeah,
some are very discouraging.
yeah.
But once you have the passion will keep you running. One of the things I usually tell one of my apprentices is develop the passion first, and then it will keep you going.
Yeah.
Second thing is once you've developed the passion, and the passion can actually be seen in your work, the work will sell you.
Yeah.
So the money will come right after the passion.
The passion. You've mentioned your apprentices, and I know you have a setting where you take people through photography classes. Why do you feel the need to take other people through photography classes, and how is it? What's the setting about?
I usually send out a call, and whoever's interested, they can come and attend the classes
Okay.
whenever available.
Okay, so Mwaniki, tell us about your challenges, the challenges you've experienced so far in this almost 2 years. Is it 2 years now?
Yeah. 2 years now. Photography, like every other business, well, has its challenges, because one, especially when it comes down to this field, thing is getting consistent clients. The other thing would be buying equipment.
Yeah. Pricey.
First of all, it's pricey.
Yeah.
Second thing is it's very hard to get it here in Nairobi, and okay, let's say Kenya.
Photography has had an immense impact on Mwaniki's life and on his family as well.
Photography for me was a spiritual journey. That's one thing I try and bring out first, because it's a whole renewal of myself from my previous business to this, in the sense that God is my only provider in this whole thing. Through word of mouth, through references, through the work that people get to see online, God is my biggest marketer. And the other positive thing that I could say I've found in photography is financially, it's better than what I was doing previously.
Yeah.
So it's meeting our needs in every way.
Evidently, everyone can take a picture, but not everyone can be a photographer. He attributes his success and growth of his business to the favor of God and urges young people to harness their talents and follow their dreams.
My advice to the young people is opportunity won't find you seated. It won't find you at home. If your family does not have the resources to take you to school, like in my case, get out there, step out, go out there, discover yourself, get yourself exposed. Opportunity won't ever come to you. You'll have to meet opportunity where it is. And an opportunity missed is an opportunity given to another person. So be the person to actually grab that opportunity and run with it. I wouldn't have been where I am, still waiting for my parents to take me to school. I'd be some person just roaming around Nairobi, begging or stealing, or just some hopeless youth somewhere who would probably be taken advantage of by, like right now, politicians. But the other thing I'd want to tell my fellow youth is step out. Go out there, discover what you're good at. I'm good at graphic and web design. I'm good at photography. I discovered that by actually going out, exploring, and discovering what it is that I'm actually good at. So go out.